in this episode.
Ken Hackathorn is this was probably about 6 months, maybe a year ago. It started blowing up that he had made that comment, and there were several guys that immediately posted the entire Air Marshal qual using a pistol with a red dot, and like crushing it too. You know,
he almost was he trolling? I guess he probably doesn't know what trolling is.
I don't know.
That seems.
In an obtuse world, Mark and Jefe will combine military, law enforcement, and general FUD knowledge to keep you vertical. Welcome to the Live, Laugh, Larp podcast.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for joining us on another edition of the Live, Laugh, Larp podcast. We surely do appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to us talking to our cans. We have our co-host as per usual. Jefe, how you doing?
I talking to the void, and the void's now talking back.
Mm-hmm. It's the dead internet theory.
Dead internet theory.
So all of you out there in the dead internet, thank you for listening. We really do appreciate it. For anyone who is a part of a 3-letter agency that is listening to this podcast because they are monitoring this transmission.
I say transaction. What are we transacting?
I know,
over
right?
here?
That's the whole thing. This is all in Minecraft, so there is that. But as always, we appreciate you guys listening to us because we see our analytics growing each and every single time.
Mark sees them.
Yes, I see him because Jefe refuses to ask for the password to the app that he can get into to look at them and ask questions.
Too much work.
Too much work. I know. Passwords. It's easy, too. It's just password.
Oh, okay.
Right? Come on, man. Get with it. It's like cybersecurity training all over again, you know?
I'm gonna put my last name and my social security number as my password.
Yes, that
can never go wrong.
Yep. Well, you got to start your last name with the capital.
Yeah.
And then you have to add a special character, which is going to be the dashes in between your.
I never thought about that. I usually do like the same 112 like shift 1122 like that.
All right, so there you guys go. If you're part of the military industrial complex, there is your cyber awareness training for the quarter. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys are just kicking up with your feet up because the government is shut down. Yet we're still paying taxes. How does that work?
Oh yeah, it's just I heard a great way how taxes are explained. We'll get into it later, but essentially, everyone thinks like, oh, I pay taxes and it goes into a nice piggy bank and the government spends it. No, the government prints money, they send it all out, and then they just pretty much destroy whatever you give them as taxes.
Yeah, that's pretty much true.
Just removes it from the economy. So,
but hey, talking about paying bills, Excess Sites has been a sponsor, the title sponsor of this podcast for.
About a year now.
About a year. Yeah, it's
like
about right, man. And we really do appreciate them. If you had not heard the last episode, we had them on. He had some really cool things to talk about. We're going to do a
hot dogs. There's going to be hot dogs at the show
hot
booth.
Hot dog stand
confirmed here.
Yep. So we'll be, if you're able to make it to SHOT Show, for those of you in the know.
If you're not poor.
Then you can come by and get one of Jefe's dogs.
That's not my dog. It's going to be Excess Sites dogs.
I'm
going to have dogs on me. So, hey, if you guys find me at SHOT Show, ask for a dog. I'll probably give you one.
Jefe's going to slide his hot dog into your bun at SHOT Show.
No, I've slided my own bun. I bring my own buns.
But we do appreciate Excess Sites being a sponsor of the channel, of the podcast, rather. And again, you guys should know this if you're new to the channel, to the podcast. I keep saying channel. Podcast.
Learn behavior.
I know. You guys can pick up any type of site from their website or even some rails, whatever they have on there, and get a 20% discount on anything you order using the code LARP. And we surely do appreciate them. That is their way to say thank you to you guys to listening to the podcast. Man, that was a lot. That was only 4 minutes, and that was a lot, it seems like. All right. Well, with that being said, we'll see you guys next. No, wait a second. We got somebody that we need to talk to, and we're going to bring on our buddy Chris from Drill Index. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing great, fellas. How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing okay.
Relaxing.
Yeah,
it's Thursday.
It is
Yeah,
Thursday.
Thursday.
Love
Well,
Thursday.
as you are listening to this, it's not Thursday.
It's
Thursday as we're recording. So you in the future,
happy Thursday.
Happy.
It's only going to get weirder.
Yeah.
You just broke the fourth wall.
So,
Exactly.
All right. So, Chris, who are you and what do you do?
My name's Chris. I just a guy, and I decided to come out with this training aid called the Drill Index a few years ago, and people seem to like it. It's a deck of cards. There's 62 drills on 54 different cards, and just kind of gives you something to do with the range. Just keep it interesting, I guess.
Yeah, help me out with that. You said 64 drills on 52 cards. My math's not mathing. So are you doubling up some drills on a card?
Yeah, some of them are double. Like, if I've got, I think one of them's like a double bill drill, it doesn't take long to explain it. So there's enough room left over. I could flip it and do a double-sided. But
Okay.
some of the more in-depth ones, it's kind of hard to squeeze them all in one card. But yeah, they're pretty in-depth. I don't know if you guys have got your hands on them, but they're larger than a playing card. They're like actually the size of a tarot card.
Card. Ooh.
Yeah, spooky. Yeah. So there's plenty of room. So it's a very thorough explanation of the drill. Credit to who writes the drill, who came up with it, and just kind of how to run it and time standards and stuff like that. It was for me. I made a bunch more to give to some friends, and then those people were all, why don't you just sell these? And that's kind of where it started. So
right on. So explain to us some of the drills that we can find in these tarot cards.
So, there's some basics in there. The first deck, I kind of was doing like I wanted to spread. I didn't want it to be for people that, have the tactical belt and have the mag carriers and stuff like that. I wanted to kind of be more as a general thing. So there are like the Mozambiques in there and stuff like that. Bill drill. There's a bunch of drills from like Todd Green, a lot of the classics. But then I've got a lot of modern stuff too. Like Dan Brokos of Lead Faucet Tactical. I've taken some classes from him, and this is kind of how it all started. As soon as I started taking these classes, I'd come home and like the next weekend it'd roll around and it's like, okay, I want to do some of that stuff that I learned. And it's like, oh shit, I didn't write it down. And then I like, or you watch like a YouTube video or you see something on Instagram and you want to like do that drill and you scribble it in a notebook, but then the time you get to the range, you can't read it. So there's newer stuff from guys like Dan Brokos and like Achilles Heel Tactical. But then there's like I said, classics from like Todd Green, Ken Hackathorn, Don't Drop the Slide on Your 1911, all that stuff. So it's kind of the gambit. There's a lot of qualifications in it, like Air Marshal Qual, FBI Qual.
That one sucks. I hated the Air Marshal Qual. It sucks. It sucks, man. It's hard.
I like the concealed ones. It's great to run the concealed ones, I think.
What's so difficult turning to Jefe about the Air Marshal?
So I took and let me preface this. I took that class, or I took a class where we did it. Oh, here we go. Probably like 2014, like 10, 11 years ago. So I wasn't like the pistol shooter I was now, but the times on it are very tight. It's a very tight time qualification, and it actually has some like transitions and reloads in it, if I remember correctly. I remember how to do it. I failed it the first time by like 1 or 2 points. I had to take it again the second time.
If I remember correctly, Ken Hackathorn, yeah. He says that you can't pass it with a red dot on your pistol.
Oh, I might have to make a note on here.
Yeah,
don't do this if you have a red dot.
Yeah,
attempt.
Ken Hackathorn is. This was probably about 6 months, maybe a year ago. It started blowing up that he had made that comment, and there were several guys that immediately posted the entire Air Marshal Qual using a pistol with a red dot, and like crushing it too.
He almost was he trolling? I guess he probably doesn't know what trolling is.
I don't know.
That seems, yeah.
It's hard. I feel like there's a lot of like older knowledge that's still relevant today, but the problem is it's older knowledge that comes from somebody who is not wanting to join the modern society.
Yeah.
And so like they'll say shit like that, and then it's like, oh, well, Ken Hackathorn's full of shit. And like, no, 90% of what he says is probably correct.
Mhm.
He's gonna say some dumb things every so often. I'm pretty sure everyone
got to wear an onion on your belt.
Yeah.
So with the drill index, is it only pistol? Is it pistol rifle? Is it how do you break this up?
It's pistol rifle. They're mixed. I've got, like most any drill, you can run it with either or, but there's some that are specific pistol, some specific rifle. There's transitions, a lot of movement and stuff. I'm trying to think of just some specifics. I should grab a deck in that way. I'd have it out here. But, yeah, it's just whatever you want to run. My idea of it was just, you could run it as cold starts when you get to the range. Or you could just, choose a card and run them. We ended up playing kind of horse with it most of the time. Dudes come out and I got a little range at the house, and when dudes come out, we'll just kind of pick a couple of cards and then we'll run those back and forth and kind of do a horse type thing with it. But yeah, you can do concealed. It's the thing I like about it, and why the kind of my thing behind it, I wanted to use one target. So if you have IPSC, you can run any of these drills. Some of them call for like a B8, but I mean, you can run them with anything. I don't want you to have to download special targets or buy more crap from me or more crap you don't need. If you've got the cardboard IPSC, you're good, So like I said, anything, if you want to run it concealed, you want to OWB, it's pretty much up to you. You can write your own rules, but this is just kind of the guidelines and kind of the blueprint of what to do, and make maybe some time standards.
Yeah, that's good, because from my perspective, I go out to the range and I'll film a video, and I find myself like, oh, I got my concealed pistol with me, and I can shoot a few rounds through it, just to make sure that I'm comfortable and proficient. But what do I do?
1R1s.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because how many do you know off the top of your head? Like, it's like a thought experiment. How many drills can you think of like right now, and sequences and stuff? Like Bill drill.
Yeah, Bill drill, Mozambique. You've got Bear Solutions.
Yeah, so the Bear Solution ones, like the drill of the month's been pretty. They're pretty online with that as well, except for I think last month's was you did like three targets and a tuxedo target.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's been a series.
When I say the Bear Solutions, it's the
5-5-3.
Is it 5-5-3? Yeah, that's right. 5-5 reload 3, isn't it? Yeah. So you have you've got two rectangles and a small circle, and
and that's their I know what you're saying.
That's their cold start, isn't it?
It's standards. The Ruination cold start.
Oh, okay.
You think about that one
anyway. And then the only other one that I like to do from time to time is one that's somewhat quote unquote newer, but it's the Elijah Dickin drill.
Yeah. So do you do the internet lore, or do you do the reaccount of it?
I don't know the reaccount. What I do is 8 out of 10 rounds from 40 yards in 12 seconds.
Yeah. So it's funny. I'm working on the second deck. It's kind of, don't tell anybody. I'm working on the second deck.
Hey guys, you guys listening? Shh.
But we'll beat that out.
Yeah. So the Dickens' lawyer came out, and there's a good YouTube video where he recounts. So he did not fire all the shots from the 40 yard. He advanced twice.
Oh.
And his lawyer gives the breakdown on the distances, and it's on the computer, and I'm scared to touch it because I might cut me off.
Oh yeah.
So I do have, and we were talking the double cards. I do have the Dickens drill, and it's a double card. One is internet lore on one, and then the other flip it inverse, and it's the lawyer's tail or whatever. I forgot what I called it. So it's but yeah, he advanced twice. So he fired. I forgot how many shots from each position. I've drawn it. It kind of caught me by surprise here, but I do have it written down somewhere. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a good YouTube video. His lawyer goes through the whole thing.
I'll have to find that. And I know that I'll have plenty of time tomorrow at work to watch a video.
And do nothing.
Yeah, man, seriously, man. Right now, I love my job. My job's cool. Today was actually a busy day. I actually had a full, quote unquote, full day's worth of work, mainly because I was in meetings all day. But most days, like I get in to the office, sit down at my cubicle, usually around 7:30, and then by no later than 10 o'clock, I have burned through all of the emails that have stacked up overnight, and now I'm just sitting waiting on emails to come in. And most of the time I usually don't get anything after 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So but which then now has gotten me thinking, well, maybe I should go ahead and just take a longer lunch, because I do have some flexibility, so I can take a longer lunch if I need to, and then make up that time throughout the rest of the day and use that long lunch time to go to the gym and start getting back into the routine, because I've really slacked off this year. But anyway,
See how I let that one go. I'm the perfect gentleman.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
I missed my setup. Is what you're saying, Jefe?
Yeah, it was a softball to Jefe, and he
Yeah,
let it.
You'll notice when I post a lot, it must be slow at work, because when I get home, there is no time. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in a group text, and I've been told several times, dude, can you just chill for a little bit? Because I'm just like forwarding, reels from Instagram, and they're like, dude, just come on, time out. So anyway, but back to the drills. What's some of your personal favorites? Like, if you had all 52, 54 cards laying out, and
do you not know how many are in a deck of cards?
Well, I mean, if there's 54, if you add the 2 jokers.
Well, there is 54 in this deck too.
See?
Okay.
So shut up.
But the one I've been running lately, and it's kind of one of my favorites, is the Brokos box drill, and that's I was saying, Dan Brokos from Lead Faucet Tactical. He's come out. He's a friend of a friend, so he comes to Washington quite a bit and does some classes. So I've been fortunate enough to take like 3 or 4 of his classes, and so when I started this thing, I had that friend give Dan one of my cards, and he was just like, that's cool. So that was kind of what got me inspired to do it. I think was his kind of, not really blessing, but tacit approval.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm trying to run through here and find that box drill.
Now all you got to do is throw like the actual suits and numbers on it, so you can double as a poker game when you guys are done shooting.
Yeah, I had all sorts of weird ideas when I started it, and one of them was going to be like so you could actually use them, but it just didn't work.
Like combine your drill index card deck with the OIF card deck with all of the high value targets.
Yeah.
And try to incorporate the high value target into the freaking drill somehow.
There you go.
Yeah. I think, like I said,
there they are.
The Brokos box drill is a really good one. That's a little movement. It's just that it depends what you want to work on. Recently, I'm trying to get my grip more dialed in. I've got a horrible grip, and so the reload stuff is good for me right now. Mm-hmm. I guess it just depends what you want to work on. Yeah, you can dig through it and pick one out, or just pick one off the top. But
did you so it sounds like you do a lot of training?
Well, as we talked about a little bit ago, I only got a 3-year-old, so
used to do a lot of training.
I used to I try to get out and shoot as much as I can. I got down to a place in Oregon last weekend and was able to do some shooting with some guys down there. It's when I can, which is another that's good thing about these cards, is because when you're like pressed for time, I can run down there and like pull 3 of these things and do those 3 things, and I'm back at the house in an hour. Because it's when you sit there and kind of stare at the targets for a while and just kind of dump ammo, it's not really productive. So
yeah,
when you have a plan, when you get there and something to do, it's really helpful. And it kind of like, it's kind of a time management thing. You get a lot of better use out of your time.
Yeah. It's more intentional than just, setting up a target and doing 15 bill drills,
No, there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm a big fan of mag dumping into trash, and this was a kind of good substitute for that.
I will tell you that my most recent video on that High Point AR right there
is it actually made by High Point.
That's the question. I don't think it is.
Oh,
I think it's branded High Point, but I honestly think that is a rebranded Anderson AM15.
Oh,
but the videos of me just like shooting, not like doing accuracy or anything like that, is me just literally shooting into the berm. That's all I was doing. I had a steel target, and then I would shoot the steel target a few times, and then if I wanted to rapid fire, I'd just move 10 feet to the right and then just mag dump into the berm, which is more a test of reliability to make sure that it was working.
Put the FRT in it.
That's what I need to do, man. Just freaking run it until it blows
up. Did you see
up.
that FRT video I sent you? The Glock one? The guy with puts it all A zone. How crazy was that? Sorry.
Was that a Glock or was you sure it was a Glock or was it a TX?
Handgun.
No, it was TX22. That was TX22. That's what it is. So they have the FRT for the Taurus TX22 that ends up shooting something crazy like 1,200 rounds a minute.
Yeah,
at sustained fire, and this dude
Taurus is very happy about that.
Yeah, and he's able to. You're able to. Well, this video that Jefe sent me was this dude at what do you say, 5 yards,
5-10 yards, maybe
something like that, and he dumps an entire magazine in about a second. All A zone, all A zone shots. So,
oh yeah,
it's like a little A10 in your pocket.
Yeah,
they're like a little sewing machine, man. They just zip. Have you seen the guy that does the FRTs for the Beretta 92 series?
I just got turned on to that. Yep.
I just saw that on Instagram. I think I followed that guy, but that's very intriguing to me because I'm a dork that likes 92s. I
hated 92 for decades. And then my buddy was like, "Hey, dude, you might want to try one that's not clapped out, that you've carried, that's been carried in the Army for like 30 years, and see if you still hate it." And I didn't hate it as much. I was like, "Okay, all right, I'm softening on it a little bit." And then Beretta actually ended up sending me their 92XI Sabia.
Oh, okay.
Which is their single action only 92 with a frame mounted safety lever instead of the slide mounted.
Slide mount, yeah.
Yep. And little did I know, 92XI is supposed to be 9211, like a 1911, because it's a single action only. And so
I hate everything about that. It makes me hate it more.
Why? You're getting ready to go into become a freaking 1911.
We're not talking about me yet. We're not talking about we're not going to talk about that just yet.
So, but anyway, since I've had the Sabia, I have like full stop completely. Well, it didn't even start with that one. It was before that I owned a 92X RDO and just fell in love with that one.
Yeah.
And man,
I'll make people groan, but I bought a Staccato P like 4 or 5 years ago. I should have bought a Langdon Beretta instead of that, and I would have been much more happy. I mean, the Staccato's nice, whatever. I like it, whatever. But I think I would have been a lot more happy with the Langdon Beretta.
So, and that is a common sentiment that I've started to hear more
and
more.
Sentiment.
That's what I said. I said sentiment is what I said.
Sure, that's water he's drinking.
You guys just misheard
Straight
me.
Vodka.
It's a clear liquid. So I've heard more and more people say that staccatos are nice. The fit and finish on them are just beautiful. They're fun shooting pistols, but at the end of the day, they're like, I could have gone with insert other pistol here,
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, the Beretta, the mag capacity is pretty comparable.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have obviously you get the double action, which is kind of nice. The single action only is what it is.
Yeah, it's okay. I will say that I have shot the 92X Performance, and I much prefer that trigger with the ergonomics of the Sabia, with the frame mounted, and that's why I think that if I end up doing anything different, I may end up purchasing some type of I like the 92X Performance, but it's way too heavy. Yeah. Unloaded, it's almost like 40 ounces.
Oof.
Yeah, it's like 38 something or 39 ounces. It's like a brick in your hand. And okay, whatever. But all of the trigger on it and the reset and everything else, it's even got a integrated gas pedal with the takedown lever, all of that. Love it. And then you shoot my Sabia, which I just upgraded the trigger springs and the main housing springs and all that type of stuff. Did a spring job on it to kind of help with the trigger, because the single action only
pay
trigger
extra for the spring jobs.
What's that?
You got to pay extra for the spring job.
I know, right? Yeah. You would think that with the Beretta, the single action only trigger would be like the single action trigger of a standard 92 that's about 3.5 pounds, and it's not. It's like 5 pounds. And I'm like, and I that was my one thing I didn't like about it. So
yeah, it seems excessive.
It does. So M Carbo is a company on the interwebs that does a whole bunch of
I've done springs. Yeah, I've got a
spring kits.
Spring kits in my VP9 or a VP9 of mine.
Yeah. They do spring kits for like Ruger Americans, which I thought was really cool. So I went ahead and bought one of their spring kits, and a buddy of mine helped me install it, and it lightened it up about a pound to about 1.5 pounds. And I think that's going to be just right for me. So, I wish it would have been that way from the get go, but
yeah,
whatever.
You think with the high zoot model like that, it would have been, but I don't know what the reasoning would be.
Yeah, I don't either. So, what type of rifle do you normally run?
Since I'm in the great state of Washington, we can't buy lowers anymore. They are off limits. So I've got a bunch of Aero Precision lowers that I bought back in the day, and pretty much everything I own is a Franken build.
Okay.
I just do like the last build I did was a Geisley Super Duty on an Aero lower, because I can't buy a lower. So yeah, it's stuff like that. But yeah, I usually run an 11.5. And the Super Duty that I just got is a 14.5, and I've been running that, and I like it. It's because everything else I have is pistol braced or whatever. I don't have any SBRs, so this thing I pinned and welded it myself and was able to put a stock on it. So
why 11.5? I just watched a video from a guy that I follow not only on Instagram, and we chat with each other in the DMs and Instagram from time to time, but he just did a video talking about his 11.5. And it's like, okay, here's my arbitrary 11.5 AR video that every YouTuber does. and I'm sitting over here, I'm like, can 12.5? Yeah, I was like, can 12.5s get some love? So what is it about 11.5 that you like?
Okay, I'm gonna out myself as a dork, but you remember the company War Sport? And they had the handguard that covered the suppressor. And it had that weird like cutout on the end of the handguard. And this was probably 2012, 13. They were the hotness or something like that. I wanted one of those, so I got one of those uppers, and it was 11.5 with my Dead Air Sandman, and it all fit under the handguard. And I just had like a 3/4 of an inch of my Sandman sticking out of the handguard, and I
Okay.
thought that looked fucking cool. So that was my start with 11.5, and the next one I built, I decided to do an 11.5 also, and then until this latest, which is the 14.5. So
Got it.
yeah, it was just because I wanted to be that dork with the War Sport LVOA or whatever they called that.
Well, talk about relevant news today. The NPRC, or the National Patrol Rifle Conference, released preliminary statistics for this year for officer-involved shootings when it comes to ARs, and 14.5 is the number one barrel length of. So it's the superior one out of all the patrol rifle usage. Not out of all of it, out of who they surveyed. Let me rephrase that. Out of the survey they posted, 31% of the officers in the shooting used a 14.5.
How does the percentages break down?
Does
it do that?
Yeah, 14.5 was 31%, 16 was 19, 10.5 was 19, 11.5 was 13, 5.75.
Whoa!
What?
And then
Really?
there's an 18.
Are they talking about the
20-inch.
criminals or the police?
This is the officers, but they also have they have a couple 9mm 9mm ARs used. So I don't know if they're using like a little shorty 9mm AR.
Okay. That probably would be the 5.
I'm assuming the 6%. Well, yeah, 6% of all barrel lengths was 5.75. 8% of caliber was 9mm. So there's 308 bastard out there with like a 5.5-inch barrel. I bet it's like tally ho.
They let that guy loose with the P card.
See, and that's the thing. Freaking 12.5 is nowhere on that list, is it?
No.
See, and I was like, why not? I mean, 12.5 is an inch longer, and come on, guys, we all wish we had an extra inch, right?
I want to double the size of this thing.
Fun. This is like this fascinated me for like an hour, just like looking at the stupid things that they were tracking on this. Sling types.
What?
Yeah. 63 sling types.
Got it. Okay.
63% were using a 2-point. 31% were using a 1-point.
Ooh.
In 2025, guys, get with the times. And then 6% didn't have a sling at all.
Yeah, it tracks.
Okay. So
yeah.
Should we do rifle manufacturer? I'm sorry, I'm having fun with this.
Keep on going.
Rifle manufacturer. Okay, let's play the
all right now. All right now.
No, you don't know. This one threw me for a loop.
Okay, we're gonna do like a little trivia here.
Okay, top. Okay, what's that one with Steve Harvey? Family Feud.
Family Feud.
Family Feud. Okay. All right. Top rifle manufacturer used in officer-involved shooting so far in 2025. Mark.
Daniel Defense.
Show me Daniel Defense. 6%.
6%.
6%.
You know why? It's because you guys don't make any freaking money.
No. All right, Chris. What's your guess? What's the number one?
BCM.
BCM. Let me see BCM at 6% as well.
Really?
It's high.
Do not tell me PSA
is not in this at all.
Okay. Whew.
There's one that I saw. I'm like, that's interesting. But there are two of them, I suppose. But the number one. Do you guys want to do round two, or you just want the answer?
And this is an AR.
An AR.
Okay.
An AR company.
I'm good for one more round.
Okay, go. Okay, Mark.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Rock River Arms.
Show me Rock River at 12%.
12%?
12%. That's actually number 3.
Oh, really?
Number 3 was Rock River.
Okay.
So Chris.
Man, I'm stuck. This could go either way, and I'm gonna go with Colt.
Colt? Show me Colt at 40%. Number one pick was Colt. Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Good. Bushmaster was number 2.
Bushmaster. What year is this though?
2025. The funny one I thought it was Barrett. Yeah, 6%. So
some department has too much money.
Yeah, no shit. That was about it. Besides hit ratios.
What about? Do they have the same list for pistols?
No, not this is the National Patrol Rifle Conference.
Patrol rifle, got it.
Patrol rifle,
got it.
So yeah. Optics manufacturer. Let's do that one. It's actually pretty easy.
Okay, so we're going to go with
everyone knows it because
Olight.
no, absolutely not.
So EOTech.
EOTech's number 2.
Number 2. So aim point would be number 1.
Aim point number 1.
Yeah.
And then ammo manufacturer.
Ooh.
Go ahead with your Chris.
Chris, you go first. Ammo.
Sticking me with this one, huh? Let's do some just Hornady, I guess.
Show me Hornady at 19%, number 2.
Yep. Federal
number 1,
yeah.
44%.
Yeah, it finally came in number 1.
There you go. Well, that's enough of how many times officers have shot somebody with a rifle feed so far this year.
Have you seen the new Naked Gun?
No, I haven't yet. No,
oh my
I
goodness.
saw it. It keeps on showing up on my Roku, and I meant to watch it, but
it's actually pretty good. It's actually
I'm torn. They kill so many movies from my generation. I don't know if I want to see it.
They did not do that with this.
Yeah?
I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't think that they killed it because this isn't a remake. It is a furtherance of the original, right? So Liam Neeson's character is the son of the original.
Of the original detective.
Yes. Yeah.
Frank
So-
Drebin.
I think that. No,
What's that?
Frank Drebin.
the actor. Dick Van Dyke?
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen. Yeah, but the
Yeah.
detective's Frank Drebin.
Yeah. Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So there's one scene, I'll spoil it, but there's one scene. He's in a bar. Frank Drebin Jr. is in a bar, and the bartender. What?
I already spoiled this last time.
What's that?
We talked about this exact scene.
The exact scene, right? Yeah.
This exact scene.
Well, it's a funny
It's a
scene.
It's a funny scene. Yeah.
It's a
Go
funny
ahead,
scene.
Go ahead.
He's
Go
like
ahead, Mark. Sorry.
the bartender's like giving Frank Drebin some attitude, and he's like, what's your problem? And he's like, you killed my brother, and or you shot my brother, and he's like, that could be hundreds of people, and he's like, you shot him in the back, and he's like, that could be dozens of people. He was white. Oh, you're such and such's brother. I'm just like, oh my god.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Yeah. So, man, like I said, it's in my opinion, it's slapstick humor, just like the original, and I think that they did a good job.
They didn't try to wake it up a little bit for the 2025.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what happens to most movies. They try to catch up with the times, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit here and there, but it was like, whatever. So obviously that bar scene I was just talking about was a prime example, of quote unquote police brutality, and
alleged
right?
brutality.
And racial profiling, alleged.
I mean, that's what
Fleeing felon. We are allowed to shoot fleeing felons in the back. They are still armed and present a threat to themselves or others.
So I didn't say anything about that. I said racial profiling, and then you immediately said that. So
no, you were inferring the fleeing felon, the guy getting shot in the back.
I'm gonna get Jeff and I'm gonna get Effie in trouble here.
Nah, I've been in trouble before.
It's like Inglorious Bastards. It's like I'm gonna get you shot for this. He's like, nah, probably just cussed out. I've been in trouble before. I've been chewed out.
I've been chewed out
before. Yeah.
So
yeah.
So we kind of skipped over this, but what's your villain arc story? How'd you get into this? Into the guns and guns accessories?
I was 80s kid. I'm Gen Xer. I'm a little older, so I don't know how old Mark is, but probably older than you.
I don't know. Are you pre Star Wars or post Star Wars?
Post Star Wars.
Okay.
I was probably born when they were, but not like relevant at my time.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I'm 78.
Okay. I'm you got 4 on me.
Okay.
So yeah, 80s kid.
On it.
Yeah. And I just grew up with probably the same thing Mark did, GI Joes and Hot Wheels.
Oh yeah.
And that was my world. And once I got into like real cars, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, now I can have real guns too. It just kind of evolved from there. I've had my AK is a Polytech pre-ban.
Nice.
And I got that from my brother before I was 18, and my dad had to keep it until he kept it for me until I turned 18. My brother was kind of an outlaw, but he kept trying to give me guns, and my dad would pretty much not allow it except for this one he did. So
yeah, your brother sounds pretty based.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was a dude. So it was, but I had the original box and everything up until about 6 years ago when we built this house and I got wet. So yeah, but that was kind of where I'm at. So I've been I had guns and I've shot for a long time, but I've never shot properly until probably I had to be like whatever, early 2010s is when I actually started taking it more seriously instead of, the mag dumping in trash and hey, can you hit that? Yeah, I can, kind of thing.
Yep.
Just growing up, I had I'm sure we've all had poor choices in handguns. My first handgun was a Glock 21 when I bought that when I turned 21.
And I mean, there could have been worse decisions. My first pistol was worse than that. So yeah, it was a XD45 when it first came out. Yeah.
Bonus points for being a 45 though, because
well, that was my dad, man. Freaking my dad was like, well, if you're gonna have a pistol, you should probably just shoot them once and just be done with it.
Yep. Yeah, I just the first time I saw a 45 hollow point, I was just like, holy shit, that's 18, 19-year-old me seeing one of those, it was like I equated it to getting stabbed with a spoon. It's like, why stab somebody with a knife?
That's a good Robin Hood reference there. Good job.
Carve your heart out with a spoon.
Interesting little side note, little AK, I don't know, fun fact. You said your Poly was one of your first AKs, right?
Yep.
So one of the other imports was a Clayco, which a buddy of mine runs the channel on YouTube, Clayco 47, and those
familiar.
Yep. So Clayco 47's YouTube channel is a play off of the Clayco AKs that were being imported from China to none other than Clay Center, Kansas.
Huh.
Hence the term Clayco.
Clayco. No idea.
Yep. So that's about, I'd say, 45 minutes west of us?
Yeah, about there.
Yeah. So
I too have a Kansas connection.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You watched Wizard of Oz once or something? Or
no, but my wife is from Kansas.
Oh.
And her parents still live in Kansas.
Which part?
Southwest.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was really funny. So when Jefe first reached out to be on the show, probably this is too much behind the scenes, but they were in town visiting. And when they were here Friday night, I was BSing with my father-in-law. And I said, hey, you should listen to this podcast. These guys are out of Kansas. You'd probably really enjoy it. Don't know if he would. And then Sunday, Jefe messages me and asks if I'd like to be on the show. And it's just like, did I will that into existence? But yeah, it's kind of great. But yeah, they're awesome. They live in Southwest Kansas, my mother and father-in-law. And so that's kind of, my little Kansas connection. And then her brother still lives in Kansas also, but I'm not exactly sure what town, but he's more on the west side.
So you guys are going to come back to the good land where you can actually own an AR lower, go to the store and just buy one?
It is so tempting. I search Zillow constantly just to quench the thirst of wanting to leave, but I don't think I'd ever be able to replace what I have here in Washington, because we live on 5 acres. We're in the middle of nowhere. Our road is to my house is a mile and a half down a gravel road, and It's a dead end 2 houses past me. And the person that lives at the end has been a friend of mine since we were in grade school. And I can shoot here. We used to have wild parties before I had a kid. And it's so to replace this anywhere else, oh man, it's tough. but
Yeah.
I really don't want to send my kid to school in Washington.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Like,
That's
yes, you guys
that's
are having.
the conundrum I'm in. Yeah.
Are you in the Great Idaho Breakoff Zone or?
No, I am like 45 minutes from Portland.
Oh,
Oof.
Yeah.
woof da.
So for us uninitiated, what's it truly like to live in that area?
Hey, I was just in Portland a little bit ago.
You didn't even say hi. Jeez, Jefe.
Yeah, see? That's pretty messed up. You were there and you didn't even say hi.
I didn't know you lived in Portland.
The Northwest is great, and it's really unfortunate the way it's turned. But at the beginning, this was rugged individualists built this end of the state or end of this country, and once they made it safe for everybody else, then they came. Yeah, it's the atmosphere out here is great. The scenery is just beautiful. I'm like 2 hours from the ocean and 2 hours from some of the best skiing in Oregon. We've got it all here. So much national forest land. It's like you can get lost in it. And, I kind of take that for granted a lot. But, when I went to Goals in Kentucky to like exhibit and trying to show my cards and talking to people out there, they don't have that. And it's like, wow, that's bizarre to like go somewhere where people actually do not have that public land or that sanctuary to kind of go to. And
that's Kansas.
Yeah.
Kansas doesn't have anything like that as well. We have some
state parks.
Yeah, that's about it. We've got the Bottoms. That's like a wildlife refuge.
Yeah.
But I own property in Wyoming, and I can walk. It'd take me about 10 minutes to walk to BLM land, and I have 33,000 contiguous acres of BLM. So that's one of those things that it's like weird. Okay, I can just walk over here and I can do whatever I want.
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm from my house. I'm 5 minutes from national forest land. I can go out like the back of my property and cruise on my quad for about 5 minutes, and then I'm in the middle of nowhere. There's no more power lines, no nothing. It's just endless expanse.
I've got another YouTube friend. I would like to call him a personal friend. He just retired from law enforcement, in California, and moved to Idaho, and he lives 10 minutes from BLM, so he can just get into his, side by side, and that's when I went and visited him over the summer, that's one of the things we did was we just threw a whole bunch of stuff into his side by side and then drove out to BLM, and he's got a little rock quarry kind of area that he uses as a range, and he has like legitimately 360 degrees to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about a 35-yard range at my place, and it's just kind of right. I mean, I can walk out the front door, and I could probably open the door right now and let off some rounds, and nobody would care except my wife. But yeah, that is one of the great things about living out here.
Yeah,
it's just beautiful, but man, it's taken a downhill turn recently, and I don't think it's irretrievable at this point. I don't think it's ever going to go normalize again. We've got probably the most expensive gas in the nation, and just it's criminal what they do up there in the capital.
Yeah. What's gas run for you right now?
I drive a diesel. Ooh, and it's, what was it, 514?
Wow.
It was 510.
What, 310 here right now?
It depends on where you go. Like I filled up where I work. Oh, diesel. Yeah, I think that you're about right. I filled up. Of course, I drive a Tacoma, so
at like 40 miles per hour.
Yep, and I get freaking 25 miles a gallon. So, and it was $2.78 for gasoline when I filled up. So,
yeah, that's great. I remember those days.
Yeah,
back in the 90s.
Yeah,
in the 90s. Yep.
Well, no, I mean even here, pre pre-COVID, it wasn't outrageous. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was pretty on par with the national average. We've got 4 refineries in Washington, and they blame it on a shortage. It's not a shortage. We've got 3 or 4 refineries here. Idaho has cheaper fuel than we do, and they've got no refineries. So,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
What's it like as far as like gun owners? Like, is there anything? Obviously, you said that you can't buy AR lowers anymore. Is it?
Yeah, they're correct. I mean, pretty much any assault rifle is banned, and you know, ARs are by name. You know, AKs by name. You cannot have them, and we're worse than California at this point. But like I said, you know, back when I was 18, you know, my brother was giving me an AK. This was a very gun friendly state up until probably late 90s, and then it started to take a change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our concealed pistol license shall issue, and up until about 10 years ago, you were able to go into a gun store and use your concealed permit and walk out the same day because you basically have done your background check. But now it's a 10-day waiting period, and yeah, it's death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah,
and then don't they have like exorbitant taxes on ammo now? Is that
We're not that bad, not like the California, but I'm sure it's coming. I mean, they own the legislature, so like any stupid idea they have, it doesn't matter, but it's going to pass because they've got the majority, and it's never going to turn from that.
You don't think that there'll be a swing to the opposite direction? You know, politics are a pendulum. You know.
Yeah, so. I think out here it's our governor that recently left. His attorney general is this guy named Bob Ferguson, and all the insane gun laws that his attorney general came up with were just verbatim. Were put in and passed. They were all his creation. Well, now our governor retired, so Bob Ferguson is our new governor, and it's and the stupidity continues, and it is enhanced.
So it just turned up to 11 at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think, barring a court case, I mean, we've got some, and that's another thing going back to the gun culture here. We've got some really based companies. There was a company called Gators Guns in a town just a little north of us. And despite the magazine ban, this guy had 55-gallon drums of AR and AK mags in his shop right in the middle of the floor. And he was 4 blocks or 3 blocks from City Hall. And finally, Ferguson sent some undercover investigators in there, and they found that. So he's got one of the bigger lawsuits challenging the magazine capacity ban in Washington. And, we've got some really great advocates here. Of course, I don't know if you're familiar with William Kirk, Washington Gun Law. He's a pretty good YouTube dude. He's right out of Washington here. He's fighting that fight. We've got a local gun store to me is called Sporting Systems, and the owner of that is Dan Mitchell, and he's just a great dude, but he is just a champion for the Washington Second Amendment, man. I mean, that guy is like relentless. He is up there every session. I mean, he pulls no punches, and he's one of the greatest advocates I think we've got down here, as far as like fighting for the rights. People fight and they fight, but I'm pessimistic about it. I don't want to be like the black pill guy, but I don't know if we're ever going to return, barring like a federal legislation, or federal ruling, on an assault weapons ban or something like that in our favor. Yeah,
and look how long it took for any type of resolution on AR, pistol braces.
Yep.
So, or even the bump stock ban, quote unquote bump stock ban.
Mm-hmm. And then the ridiculousness of it is, they use taxpayer money to push these things through, and then private money has to fight them. Yeah. So I mean, it's just they've got an infinite kitty of our money to fight against us to take our rights away. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of
unfortunate. Yeah, man.
Sisyphean task for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's difficult to hear too, because I've been to that area. I've been to Seattle a couple of times, Tacoma area.
To Astoria. went to the only
you
strip.
Did. I did
only
not.
strip bar on the West Coast, apparently.
No, that's the farthest one west.
Farthest one west. Yes,
Portland's the strip club mecca of the United States.
But yeah, I remember that was we were. I think Annie's or something like that. And
yep.
And
I've never been there.
Yeah, we've never been. But let me phrase it. It's not a strip club. Let me paint you a picture. So a buddy of mine went over. Had some army stuff in Portland. So the day we landed, we had like a free day. So we just rented a car, went straight to Astoria, and then to Haystack Rock. Because we both love the Goonies.
Mm-hmm.
And while we headed up to the Goonie house, which was kind of a disappointment, like it's kind of cool. Well, that's there, anyways.
Yeah. It's just
we saw. I can't remember. I think it's called Annie's or something like that. And it's this like super dive bar, and the neon sign of it's a girl bent over. You can see her like butt. And so I Google it, and the first article comes up is like how the town absolutely hates this bar. So cool, we have to go see it. And we got probably the best PBR I've ever had on tap there. And it was like, I think it was like 2:00 in the afternoon on like a Thursday. And you walk in, it's like a normal dive bar. They have pool tables. It's dark. The big bar, like you walk in, pool tables to your right, the bar's to your left. And then if you go past the bar, there is a stage with a pole and chairs around it with a lot of mirrors. And it's like you have to pay to sit in those chairs. It's
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, so it's like you can't watch unless you sit in the chairs.
Well, that's kind of, I guess that's the etiquette of it is to not do that. So that was actually enforced, or because usually the etiquette is you cannot sit there unless you're paying out. But
and what we were there again, having a beer or two, talking with the lady behind the bar, and she got like 6 or 7 calls asking who's dancing tonight. And then there's one call she got. This guy just starts screaming at her, starts screaming at this chick. Like this poor girl working behind the bar, like we could hear it. And she's like holding it for like 5 minutes, and the guy's just ranting about all sorts of stuff. And then she just hangs up. She goes, "Yeah, he calls about like once a week. We just let him rant a bit so he doesn't shoot up the place."
Wow.
God damn. Like, oh,
gotta live Astoria.
Yeah, Astoria is great. The brewery is great. We got some pizza at a barcade.
Yeah.
Where's the last Blockbuster? What town is that?
That's like in Alaska now these days.
No, it's not. It's in Oregon. Bend. It's in Bend, Oregon.
Is it Bend?
Yeah, that's the very last Blockbuster.
Jamie, why don't you pull that up for us?
Exactly. And that I would say that's probably on my bucket list for places I want to go.
Oh, yeah, he's correct.
Just to see it. There's a whole Netflix documentary about it and everything.
Netflix is opening up two Blockbusters now, like 2 Blockbuster stores.
Just twisting the knife.
Yeah,
we killed you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, what else occupies your time? You said you got a kid. Obviously, you're married.
3-year-old. So unfortunately, the last movie I saw was the Paw Patrol movie.
Moana 2 was us.
Yeah,
15th time. No, my wife and I are into old cars, and that's kind of the reason I wanted to be on here was to learn more about Nan's 49. But unfortunately, she is not home tonight. So
no, she's here. She
came here to give awkward hugs and got me a second beer.
Just to talk about the 49, huh? So, so yeah, wife and I are into cars, and she's got a few, and then I've got quite a few that I work on and drive, and we hit up car shows and cruise a lot. It's a little more difficult because most of them are sold. They don't have seat belts, so with the car seat, it doesn't really work out. So I put she's got a 63 Chevy C10 that I put one seatbelt in for the kid.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, that's kind of what, to pick the 2 most expensive hobbies. One is cars and one's classic cars and one is guns. So I've got 2 of those.
But one keeps the value better, and it's not the cars.
Yeah. So just live out here on 5 acres, and I've got a pretty good sized shop, and I'm down there working when I can break away from the fam up here. But most of the time right now, I just dedicate it to the kiddo because I really just 3-year-old it's cool. Just I just get the biggest kick out of hanging out with him, and I don't know, it's fun to keep him entertained because we, living in the woods, it's like we can go outside and disappear for hours, and he's happy, and it's a lot better than sitting in and staring at a screen. So that's kind of where my main focus now is. So.
You should just give him an iPad. Like, come on.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a thing, but
there's days where I'm like, we're watching Bluey for an hour and a half because Dad just needs a break.
Decompress a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. It's resorted to that. We tell him that the TV only works on the weekends. He gets really excited on Saturday because the comes out and asks if the TV works. It's like, I think it does, buddy. I think it works.
Yeah. We tried that. And then somebody in our house, I'm not going to say it's me because it's me. There was like one time my kid was napping and I was watching some King Trout videos downstairs, and
came out with a new video today.
I did. I watched it.
Yep. Same here.
I heard her like yell, "Dad, the TV only works on the weekend." Like yells through the house. I'm like, well, I guess I'm turning that off.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, you kind of got to watch out because it'll come back and bite you.
I say kids that like, especially my oldest, you'll tell her something like a week, and then like a week later she hits you with it because it's like a rule, and she's like, I thought we can't have chocolate before then. You're like, okay, kid, well listen here, I'm trying to help you out.
These aren't steadfast rules; they're just rules. Yeah,
more like guidelines.
The worst part about Nana, so our parents, my wife's and my kids' grandparents live next door, and so their rules are there's no rules. So
okay, yep.
So all the cookies they want, and all the sweets, and all the TV.
Yeah,
sucks.
Yeah. It's tough, because you give that kid a cookie, and he is just. I mean that it's like giving him crack. It's wild.
Yeah,
he just turns into a feral child.
I goofed up today, and this is my fault. I recognize this, but it's not my problem right now because I'm not at home. Is we had a super early dinner because of like scheduling. We went to the playground for a little bit. My kid was like zonked out, and I'm like, "Hey, let's sneak away. Let's go get some ice cream." And then I put her in the bathtub, and I left. All right, honey. Good luck.
Yeah, pull pin, throw a grenade.
Yeah. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Red Bull and the gift of free energy? But yeah, our kids, like it's so weird being like scrunchy parents these days, or crunchy parents, where it's we would go to like parties, like a kid's birthday party, and she had like a cupcake, and she's wired because she doesn't have sugar at all.
Yeah. And then another thing for us too, it's like we're kind of older parents. So any of our friends that are our age that have kids, they are high school age or above. And then we're the odd ducks with the 3-year-old. So.
Yeah.
I just put that together. So like that's like you having a 3-year-old.
Yeah. No, it's like Nan having a 3-year-old.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
I'm late 30s. I'm not as old as both of y'all, but
wait a second. Yeah. Late 30. You're like 37.
Yeah, that's late.
That's not late.
That's past mid. No,
that's mid. 34 to 37.
6 to 7. I got to do it. 6, 7.
Yeah, my wife's a lot younger than I am, so she's got way more energy. So.
Oh, okay, that's good.
She's going to hear this and then punch me.
I know, right? It's like I get older and they stay the same age.
No, we're not talking about jailbait. We're not talking about that today. We avoided talking about incest. Let's talk about jailbait today too as well.
That was last episode.
Yeah, I got the full lore. I'm well familiar with the lore now.
It's fun. It's a good time. It's a fun party trick. That's what I love.
Party trick. That's good.
Yeah, man.
So what's your favorite old car you got?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Cool. Right now, I'm working on a '61 Chrysler Newport. It's a station wagon, and it's very bizarre. It looks like it would be something that George Jetson would drive. Yeah. We've got wife and I've kind of have like this, I guess you kind of call it like a very, I don't know, mid-century vibe to the way we decorate and to our like I guess the cars we drive, the way our house looks. I mean, we collect a lot of antiques. We actually had an antique store for a while, and the cars kind of go right along with that. Our commuters are the only cars that are very new. Everything else I own is probably, I'd say 66 is my Dodge Power Wagon, and that's probably the newest car that either of us own, other than the daily drivers. We just like the old I like the old Chrysler. She's a Chevy girl. Mm-hmm. And like I said earlier, I had a 48 Chevy Fleetline, which was very similar to what Nan's 49. There was a body style change right there, but that was kind of, that car was one of my grail cars that I've always wanted. But I ended up selling it in the like mid 2000s because I built a shop on the property. So it was kind of a necessity, because with as many cars as we have, in the great Washington weather, we've got to keep them inside. So
yeah, for sure. And the cool thing about Nan's 49 is that it's all original.
Yeah, it was her grandma's.
It was her mom's.
Oh, okay.
It was her mom's car that I don't know if she was gifted that, if like they bought it,
stole it.
But it's the car that she drove to high school.
That's awesome.
And this is what cracks me up is that's her mom's car that she drove to high school. It's 3 on the tree. And Nan can't drive it because she doesn't know how to drive a manual. So
girl, what are you doing?
I know. Anytime. Now, in all fairness, she has asked me to teach her how to drive, and we just haven't gotten around to it yet. But not to know how to drive, but
you guys take it out though. You drive it.
We haven't in a couple of years.
Okay.
One of the reasons why is we got really concerned with the parking brake. Seemed as if it seized up. But then I was able to exercise it and get it to unseize. And then this was like October.
Kansas is like super flat. Do you need a parking brake? You have no hills.
Yeah, we do. We live in the Flint Hills.
Okay, I guess I've only been to the other side where it's like
yes.
I thought I could see Wichita from
where exactly where you guys
from the hill we live on. We could see. We were like the kings. We were like, ha.
Yes, yeah. So up in the kind of northeast part, around Kansas City, Leavenworth, Lawrence, Topeka, and then out towards Manhattan. That's the Flint Hills, and it's actually gorgeous country, you know.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of hills, not obviously like the Pacific Northwest, but still pretty nice. Breaks it up a little bit. And so, yeah, we would definitely need a parking brake in this area. But we pulled it out of the garage because we were going to take it over to a body shop to have the paint kind of touched up a little bit in a couple spots that's just kind of flaked off over the years. And I backed it out of the driveway and then I couldn't go forward. And it was because the parking brake wouldn't release.
Yeah.
Right. So I finally was able to exercise it and get it to release. But then Nan's like, I don't want to take it anywhere because if we get it there and then it locks up again, we can't get it home.
Yep.
Then, I don't want to deal with it. So I just pulled it right back into the garage, and we haven't had it out since. We need to change the oil and bleed the brakes. And again, we just haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah. That's like it's kind of back burner, especially when it's a seasonal vehicle like that.
Yeah. And
because those have the vacuum wipers, you're not really,
yeah.
But fortunately, there is a place out here in Washington, right, really local to me, called Chevs of the 40s. If you ever need, I'm not shameless, I'm not going to plug them or anything, but if you guys ever need things like that,
okay,
they're a very good resource.
Okay, all right, yeah, we'll definitely check that out because I know that there's a few little things that Nan would like to kind of, swap out, some things here and there.
As far as like the brake parts and all the consumables and stuff, those guys are really good and have a lot of stuff in stock. I mean,
that's good.
We're getting kind of far afield from gun stuff.
This is what happens.
But I get I don't know. I kind of geek out on the car stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, my dad has a 1937 Buick
Ooh,
that
yeah.
he bought. Oh man, would have been 20 years ago. He bought it from a guy in Iowa, and my dad drove it all the way home from Iowa.
Dang.
And I don't recall how many miles is on that car, but it's all original miles. It's
And it's
never
a
had
stock car kind of.
correct. Yeah. It's just
Wow.
yep. 100% original. Um, the only concern with it right now is that the master cylinder needs to be rebuilt,
Mm-hmm.
and once that's rebuilt, then it's ready to go back on the road. But
Yeah, that's
again,
great.
another one of those things that my dad's too old now to really do anything with it. So
Yeah. Well, like I said, that place would probably have the master cylinder parts for those too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife, was it last year or the year before, she had a 36 Dodge business coupe, and she sold that. She's always wanted a Ford Model A, and she sold that 36 Dodge. And that was a pretty stock car. It had been restored in the 90s probably. And that was a great car, but when she was pregnant, she couldn't drive it because she couldn't fit between the steering wheel and the seat. And then after we had the kid seat wouldn't even fit between the seat and the dashboard. So it's just like, she's just like, I'm just going to get rid of this thing and find my Model A. So she actually last year found her unicorn and drug it home. So that's the next project.
Yeah. So I've got 3 different cars that would be kind of like on a bucket list type of thing. When I was in high school, I would have been a sophomore in high school. I begged my mom to let me figure out a way to buy the neighbor's car that they were selling, and it was a 1976 International Scout 2.
Ooh, yeah.
And he had it lifted just like an inch, and he had it repainted forest green, and it was V8 Edelbrock 4-barrel carb on it, and it sounded really, really good. And I begged my mom over and over and over again. I said, I'll do anything to pay that off. I'll pay you back. I'll quit football and just work. I'll do whatever it takes. And she eventually was like, no, there were some things wrong with it, and I didn't want you to incur the extra cost to try to fix it. And I was like, okay, well, that's BS, because there wasn't anything wrong with it. And oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this yet or not, Mom. All throughout high school, I took auto mechanics. I had either small engines or auto mechanics every single semester of every year that I was in high school. So I could have easily taken it in there and gotten discounted parts and stuff like that to fix it, or whatever the case may be. So that's one. I would love to get a Willys Jeep from, I would say, the 40s or early 50s.
Yeah, we've got a 53 CJ 2 or 3A, CJ 3A.
That's cool. Yeah.
All stock, flathead 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, and there's a couple around here on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm like, which do I want more? A cabin on my property in Wyoming, or a Willys Jeep,
Yep.
And then my third one is what is it? It's a 1950 Mercury Monterey.
Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah.
That's only because of the movie Cobra with Sylvester Stallone. That was his car. Man, I love that car. And they had to destroy one in that movie.
Yeah, that's one thing is awesome about out here. The car culture is just insane. I mean, everywhere you go, there are classic cars everywhere. You would think the wet weather and the rust and everything would kind of deter a lot of it, but man, they're just diehard car people out here. It's awesome.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, just a great circle of that. And like the gun community too out here is really awesome. I mean, when I first started this, the word of mouth was very very good around Washington, and Washington was my highest selling state for the first year. And I didn't know anybody. I'm not like a famous, I've never had a YouTube video. I'm nobody. So I've got no like connections in this industry at all. So coming into that, and then just the word of mouth, and California was the second, which was very strange, but there was a lot of gun people in California.
Yeah.
But yeah, just, as far as support from the Pacific Northwest too, I mean, it's been massive. I don't know, just really love the people out here. I don't know if I could leave.
Yeah.
It's great out here. Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, it's home to you now, so.
Yeah.
And how long have you been out there?
I was born here.
Okay.
So yeah,
okay.
I was
definitely
born
home.
just a suburb of Portland. And I moved out to, right now I'm in a place called Skamania, Washington, and it's out in the Columbia River Gorge scenic area. I'm 45 minutes from the Portland airport, but I am in the middle of nowhere, and it's beautiful. So
yeah, there's a guy that I've started following out from that area on Instagram. He's got a small YouTube channel as well. He does a lot of his videos are focused on training and drills and stuff, and he goes by PNW Redacted.
Yeah, I've recently picked up on that guy on Instagram. Does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in that area. I don't know exactly where. I'm constantly asking him, like, what filter are you using to video you and stuff like that. He's like, it's no filter. That's just how it looks here.
Yeah.
Because it's either extremely vibrant or it's almost like gray tone.
Yeah, it's almost always the gray tone. Yeah, we're getting into that season right now. We're in perpetual golden hour for like a month, and then grayscale. Yeah. I don't know if you were familiar with that with the Gorilla Tactical, the holster manufacturer. He's pretty close to me here too. Okay. He's got a lot of good content, and it's kind of the same way. His wife's a photographer, and man, she takes they take full advantage of the beautiful scenery around here. It's pretty awesome. I wish I could dedicate more time to creating content. I guess where I kind of fall short with this whole endeavor.
Well, who does all your photography right now?
It's me. It's yeah. It's me and a Android. So I'm nothing special. Yeah, which explains the infrequency. So that's one thing I need to get a little better at that and dedicate some time. But like I said earlier with the kid, it's probably not better for the business, but if he wants to go outside and hang out, I'm with that guy.
Yeah.
When he gets a little older and can kind of understand what's going on with this stuff, it's going to be a little better. But
that's when you get this double dip. Like I remember, you'll see it for Miss October 2026. A photo I took for Hamray Forge.
Oh yeah, his calendar.
Yeah, his calendar. That was like my kid and I were out collecting rocks, and I just took some photos. So that's how that became a thing.
Yeah. I need to start carrying the cards with me so I can kind of turn it into an impromptu photo shoot. Yeah, because like walking around out here, we've had cougars in this area. We've never seen any on the property. We've got black bear. We've got coyotes everywhere. I mean, the animals are out. So yeah, I rarely leave the house without something on me.
Yeah, that's good. I know that out in Wyoming, around my area, where my property is, I've gotten to know one of the neighbors real well, and he owns a business just outside of Casper. Went into his office to chit chat with him, and I looked up, and there's this beautiful mountain lion that he had taxidermied.
Oh man, yeah.
And I was like, that is gorgeous. And it's just this massive cat, on the wall. I said, tell me about this. And he's like, oh, I shot it out at the cabin. And I was like, wait a second. Hold on a second. Time out. The cabin that's not too far away from my property. And he's like, well, I mean, yeah, it's out by the chimneys, but it's not too far from you. And I was like, are you saying that there's mountain lions like around my property too? And he's like, Oh yeah, yeah. They're around there. You're never going to see them, but yeah, they're around there. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, that's the scary thing is you won't see them
until it's too late.
Until it's too late. Yep.
Yeah.
Unless you just so happen to, sneak up on one by accident.
I've had friends hunting, that have come across them, and it's scary, man. They're big. You don't understand. That is a big kitty.
There was a reel that I came across. Someone I follow was out walking. No, they were on a horseback ride and just going down a trail, and they stopped, and the guy pulled out his phone and started recording. There was a wolf right in front of him. Ooh. And the wolf was probably about 10 yards away, but you could even tell through a phone at 10 yards away, because everything seems further away, like on a phone, you could still tell that thing was just massive,
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah. Even, the coyotes out here are well fed. I couldn't imagine a wolf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was I saw an Instagram video here last week or so where a guy was on like an enduro bike riding on somewhere out a little bit farther north in Washington and hit a coyote, killed the coyote and like screwed his bike up, obviously, and him up too. But yeah, he had a helmet cam on, and all of a sudden you see a flash on the screen and this huge cat like right in front of him, center punched it.
Wow.
I mean, they're out there. That's, I really want to get a thermal just so because I kind of just curious to see what is out here. I've lived out here a long time. I hear a lot of noises. I know there's stuff out there.
Do you guys have
damn Sasquatch?
Yeah, I know, right?
Damn Squatch, yeah. The Skamania County, the county I live in, is the only county in the United States where it's on the books illegal to kill a Sasquatch.
I didn't know that was a thing that we had to be worried about.
The county I am in, it was done in the 70s, if that'll tell you anything. But it's the only county in the U.S. where it's illegal to kill one.
Well, riddle me this. Where was the quote-unquote Bigfoot video filmed? Does anybody know?
I don't. That's
because it's in your area, isn't it? Is it up that way?
I heard it was a Wendigoon thing. I've been on a Wendigoon kick.
Okay.
That the Sasquatch is actually Cain from the Cain and Abel story.
Okay.
So if in biblical scripture, Cain kills Abel,
right,
and God pretty much says, "Hey, I'm going to give you the mark of Cain, and you're going to live forever. No one can kill you, and you're cursed to live forever with what you've done."
Okay. So
it's Sasquatch.
So how did he get from the Middle East to Pacific Northwest?
I don't know. How did people get to North America? Like
he doesn't have anything else to do.
I know, right?
He's out for a walk.
That's just chilling.
See the world,
yeah.
He got stuck in Portland.
Yeah, right.
This is his peak manhood right here.
I was going to ask though, do you guys have any restrictions on thermal optics at all, or?
No, I don't hunt or anything. I don't think that I don't know what you can do as far as, I obviously can't hunt at night, but I don't think I don't know if there's any restrictions as far as for hunting.
Yeah. So like, in Wyoming, like if you wanted to hunt coyote, they have zero restriction. Like there's no season. You don't need a hunting permit. You don't need any type of tag or fur bearer license or anything like that. You just can walk out into BLM and shoot anything you see as far as it goes with coyotes. And I was told by my neighbor out there, but his information usually is a little dated, but the Cattle Association will pay you a $25 bounty on every coyote that you turn in. I don't know if it is the entire carcass or if you just have to turn in a tail or something. I'm not sure what, but that's Wyoming. Now here in the state of Kansas, you have to have a hunting permit, and then you have to have a license for coyotes, which is something new this year. And you can use thermals, but it has to be on private land. And there is also another stipulation to make sure that you're doing it correctly as well. But anyway, it's a number of different hurdles to go through. But
yeah,
from your perspective, you might be interested in looking into kind of one of the handheld thermal binoculars, just to kind of have with you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, just as the spotter.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And it's actually a lot of fun. The second time that my buddies took me out to hunt private land using thermals, I was sitting looking to the east, overwatching about, I don't know, 20 acres. There's I would say probably about 200 yards in front of me was a creek that ran north to south, which would be to my left and right. And as I'm looking directly east, there's 2 deer that are bedded down. And there was a third deer to my left a little bit further. And all I had to do was sit there and watch those deer. And as soon as they picked their head up and started looking around, I knew a coyote was getting ready to come in. And sure enough, I'd swing my freaking rifle, my thermal scope around, and here comes a coyote running in, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was really interesting to see the dynamic between the two, because I couldn't hear anything, but yet those deer, they could pick up the noise of that coyote coming in from over 100 yards away. So I thought that was really interesting.
That is, yeah. We've got, my wife calls the deer yard rats because they will not leave and they eat her hydrangeas. So they're just everywhere out here.
Yeah. We have rabbits are my bane in my existence. Like,
yeah,
I go out to our little herb garden. Like, I need some fresh parsley. And, like, it's all gone because of those damn rabbits.
Down to the nub, yeah,
down to the nub. At least it grows. Like, they don't eat all of it, so it grows back. But I don't get my parsley that day.
You know what? I don't know if I ever told you this story, but you know what ate up our garden last year?
Wombat?
A marmot.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was obviously it went into our garden, kind of chewed up a lot of things, and then all of a sudden, Nan and I are traveling somewhere. We get a phone call from the house sitter who's watching over the dogs, and they're like, "Yeah, the dogs found something. They won't leave it alone." I went to go look at it, and it's this dead animal, and she sends pictures of it to us, and it's a freaking. We didn't know what it was. I had to look at it and do some research. Once we got home, she showed me where she laid it, because she tossed it over the fence so the dogs wouldn't get after it. Something got after it, and the only thing that was left was pretty much its skull, and it was picked clean. So I took the skull and memorized what it looked like, and then started looking at Google at different type of rodents in our area, and finally matched one up to what I saw, and it was a freaking marmot. And I was like, geez, I didn't even know we had those here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I didn't know that was a problem.
Yeah. So usually it's groundhogs or gophers or moles or something like that. But no, this was because she showed a picture of to us of what it looked like before she tossed it over the fence, and it was the size of probably about a 6 or 8 month old cat. So not full size, but not a kitten.
Wow.
In between there. So
That's
and then.
marmot.
Yeah, and then it had the big long beaver teeth, so anyhow.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah, we collect vintage taxidermy, so we've got a bunch of weird
What?
dead animals around here too. So yeah.
What's the weirdest dead animal you got?
Oh man, so I've got this mount, and I went to an estate sale just because they had this mount there, but they must have been stillborn deer, but somebody mounted them.
Yeah.
And I go there, and I was like, I don't care how much these go for. I'm getting these mounts because this thing is cool. I've never seen anything like it, and nobody at the auction wanted them because they were probably creeped out by it. So I got them pretty cheap. But yeah, it's a couple of fawn, one standing, one laying, and they had, like I said, they had to have been stillborn or something like that.
It's really weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. I'll send you a picture to make sure to creep you out. So.
Oh, perfect. That's what I would love.
Yep.
See, and I'm a avid deer hunter. Here in state of Kansas, we have some really nice deer around here, and I have been forbid to do any type of taxidermy with the exception of either a skull cap or a Euro mount. I'm not allowed to get a full bust.
No? Can you do like a Davy Crockett or something? With like get your coyote and do a Davy Crockett. Like a
hat?
Like a hat, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
But Nan, she can't stand a taxidermied animal like it's staring at her. She feels like it's staring at her the entire time, Yeah.
We've got a snowy owl.
Mm-hmm.
And when you walk by the owl, the way his eyes are done, his eyes follow you.
That's not creepy at all.
No, not at all.
Not at all. No, it's great.
Yeah.
And when you walk by this guy and his eyes basically track you. It's pretty awesome.
That's right on. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I'm definitely a collector of weird shit. So.
Yeah, that is. I would have. I have never heard of anyone collecting "quote unquote" vintage or antique taxidermy.
I've seen I've heard of it, and it's pretty funny. Like some like the one my folks are bringing to state sales, and they had one. It was like 3 raccoons in a canoe, and I wanted it so bad for our house, and I was told I could not have it for my house.
Oh no!
That would be. I could get down with that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I have a good friend of ours, a family friend of ours. She's a high school teacher. She teaches like ag sciences, and one of her projects she does every year is they do taxidermy squirrels for like high school. So she has a taxidermy unit where they for extra credit you can bring in like fresh dead squirrels. And her class will do taxidermy, and she'll send us me a bunch of photos of all like the different squirrels kids do.
That's awesome. That's a dying art, man.
It is
and that's
what Nesta. That's all.
That's kind of why the estate sale stuff is great because I'm not like the owl I was saying. I mean, right now, you can't shoot a snowy owl and stuff it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but this mount is. I think the guy said it was 1934. So that was before the prohibition on it. So it's kosher to have, but that was, you're not going to get that these days. That's kind of why I like that old stuff,
Yeah. And it's, I'm going to presume that it's still in good condition.
Yeah. It's in really good condition.
Yeah. There's a lady on Instagram that I follow, and I only see her stuff rare occasions, but she's I would say probably late 20s, and she does taxidermy, and she on Instagram shows her entire process. She's like, here's the raccoon, and it's obviously dead, and she's like, I've got to skin it, so let me get that done. And so she won't show her skinning the animal, but then she's like, here it is, and she's holding a pelt. And then she's like, okay, here's our mold, so let's put this together. The most recent one was this guy wanted a possum, and he wanted the possum to be holding a beer. So she had to come up with a way to do it, and what she ended up doing was having the possum hang upside down, and it's holding a beer, So I guess it's like something that he could use as a coaster,
I just got a photo too. Someone a taxidermy squirrel phone case. So they put a squirrel tail and skin on a phone.
So I showed one to Nan that I really wanted. It was a squirzy, I think. Yeah, squoozy. Yes. So it's a squirrel koozie. So it legitimately is a taxidermy lower half of a squirrel that is turned into a koozie. So
that's great. For our wedding, my what do you call the guys? Bouquet or whatever you wear. It had a badger paw So it had like the super long nails on the badger paw.
That's actually pretty cool.
And then the wife had one too. And one of our really good friends brought me a flask that was made out of a cow hoof. And it's kind of the same thing. We called it, yeah.
No, Jefe just showed me something.
I forgot about this.
God damn it!
I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna send it to you on the Instagrams.
All right.
You have your home. Do you have your phone handy?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna send it to you because
this is
for those that are home.
It's gonna haunt my nightmares.
Okay. So
let me know when you get it. I'll let you know when it sends. Because it says sending right now.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. So it's the sexy taxidermied rat underwear.
It is a rat.
My ex-wife's pet rats I turned into a present for her when they died. Light use. It's a for sale at 50 pounds for this thing.
Oh man,
and it's
50 pounds. Okay,
50 pounds, and it's like 2 rats.
Somehow, I didn't even see the one in the back.
Yeah,
he is
2 rats
excited about
turned
something.
into like a tie-on lacy thong. So for someone needs, and it looks like it has the JMac Customs logo on it.
I know what I'm getting my wife for Christmas.
It does. Oh my god,
JMac. But yeah, if you need something for your special somebody that loves having.
Yeah,
that is interesting.
Gently used.
I tried doing I tried to skin a raccoon one time.
I was wondering where this was going to go.
No, I'm steering away from the underwear.
Tried fucking a rat once.
I shot a raccoon because it ate our chickens and trapped it, shot it, and I was going to try to I wanted the tail, and it's kind of embarrassing, but I was like, well, I'm going to skin this thing. So I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and apparently you can inflate them with compressed air.
Yes.
And then that separates the skin from the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And that was a mess. It did not work for my advantage. I ended up getting I got the tail, and that was about it.
I'm picturing you trying to inflate him with the compressed air, and it just blows up on you.
Not that bad. No, I was going very slow because I did not want that to happen. That was the weirdest thing ever, man. It blew up like a balloon. I could not believe it. Those things are very flexible.
It's just some cartoony thing, just pop.
Yeah,
you just have a raccoon.
That's what I was imagining. So I was not putting that much pressure on that thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Chris, we're going to go ahead and start shutting things down here.
Yeah. Sorry, we didn't talk about guns too much, but
this is what we are here for. We don't talk. Guns are ancillary. Raccoon thongs are forever.
Yeah.
Forever. Yeah.
Exactly. So, real quick, just let everybody know where they can find you, and if they're interested in taking a look at your Drill Index card deck, where they can find that.
Yeah, the website's drillindex.net. I have the deck of cards, the original Drill Index, and then I've started recently. I've offered some 3D printed cases, hard cases for the cards. That's kind of a new addition to the website. And you could follow me on Instagram, drill_index. I have Facebook and Twitter, but I don't ever go there. I'm bad at social media. I don't like it, and so
yeah, I do. I pretty much do Instagram, and then allow Instagram to port everything over to Facebook, and I don't look at Facebook. And I just got notification earlier this week that my Facebook account is no longer monetizable. And I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing."
I could have been paid this. Wait, you guys are getting paid?
Yeah.
So, but we'll have all of your information down in the doobly-doo, the description of this podcast, wherever you guys are watching. As normal, Jefe, what do you got? Last
30 seconds. Mm-hmm. No fatherly wisdom, I guess, right now. Enjoy your time with the kids. It's annoying it's very hard to be in the trenches with them at this current moment. But it's only temporary, and you only get to do it once. So enjoy it while you can.
And then I can tell you, as a father who has older kids, those are core memories. You're never going to forget them.
They will, but
Yeah.
they will.
No, and that's so true. And that's kind of took my dad advice I've been planning all week. But it's really interesting too, because like my dad is 88, 89. He just turned 89, and he lives in Arizona, comes up to see us, and every day when I get off work, he is here to see his grandkid, and it's awesome. Yeah. And the time those guys spend together it's just invaluable. And he goes down like the slide with him, like on our little playground thing, and yeah, just seeing that is like a huge inspiration to me. So yeah.
Why couldn't you do that with me, Dad?
Yeah, right. So I'm going down the slide with me right now. But yeah, no, it's cool to see that, and yeah, just seeing how much that means to him. It's like it makes me just want to like throw my phone in the toilet and go outside. So that's why I very infrequently post, and I know it's to my detriment of my business here, but it's just I'm never going to have this chance again. So
Yep.
Literally, because I got a vasectomy. So
those are they're on like 99%.
That's right.
They're like 99.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Right on. Well, the only thing that I've got is just a what
love, baby, don't hurt me.
No. Jesus.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Which trees give the best high fives? Palm trees. Come on now. Palm tree. High five. That's my dad joke. That's the best thing I can do for you for the last 30 seconds.
He's been practicing that week in the mirror. Like I did for the past week.
I did, yeah. Pretty much like my mucho dad joke from the last episode. But needless to say, Chris, hey, thanks a lot for coming on the channel. Open invitation to any time that you want to come on and just hang out and just chat. And
I really appreciate it. I mean, it wasn't nearly as spicy as you guys were gearing me up for. So
well, yeah, we tried it.
We didn't get into foreign policy, so
not yet. But
next time.
Yeah, exactly. We have you back on. We can dive into a lot of the shenanigans that's going on around the world right now.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah.
Wait. Rat thongs wasn't spicy enough for you?
That's there it is. That's the name of the podcast.
Rat thongs.
The one about the rat thongs.
Yeah. Are you doing that? Is that going to be forever now?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. You want to come up with some titles for the podcast? That'd be helpful.
Okay. Yeah. The one with Chris from Joe Lendex. Wow.
The one about the tarot cards.
There it is. Okay, there you go. But like I said, open invitation.
Awesome.
You're more than welcome to come on back anytime, and we'll definitely, obviously, have you back on. Hey, you know what? Something I totally forgot to mention on the intro.
Yeah.
This is our last podcast for the year. As far as our no. Hear me out. For when we started until when our anniversary is, this is going to be the last podcast for quote unquote the year.
Fiscal
because year. Yeah, exactly right. Because November 1st we'll start our third year podcasting, which is I didn't think that we would make it this far.
I didn't think so either.
Hell yeah. Congratulations, guys. Man, that's a milestone.
Yeah, for sure. So
you started at the same time I started the Drill Index.
There you go.
Yeah. You probably made more money than we. Don't do a podcast.
Don't be too sure about that.
Don't be white guys with opinions in a microphone.
Before
we go, if you want to use Larp, get 15% off.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. 15% off.
Well, appreciate that. Yeah.
I'll have to set it up when we're done here, but this one.
Oh yeah.
For a while.
Well, you got until next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because that's when this will air.
You mean like today?
No, today is Thursday.
No,
yeah, he's.
Come on, Mark.
Oh, I got you.
Catch up.
Look, man, it's getting late. I gotta.
For today only on Monday.
Yeah. Well, hey,
awesome.
Chris, we do appreciate the discount code for the listeners. That's pretty awesome. For those of you listening, that was not something that we talked about beforehand.
We talked about it on air beforehand.
Oh.
just kidding.
again, appreciate you, and we'll definitely have you back on anytime you're free.
Yeah, sweet. I really appreciate it, guys.
Cool. As mentioned, all of the information that you need to find Drill Index is going to be down in the description. Please swing by, and at the very least, just follow them over on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. But obviously, Instagram's where he's going to do the most damage.
Schizo posting.
Yeah, there you go.
as intended.
Yeah, and again, we'll have all your information down in the description. So we'll go ahead and get out of here. Thank you again, guys. We'll catch you on the next episode, but don't forget to live, laugh, and LARP. Bye, y'all.